Have you heard some people saying these days that they are drinking more during quarantine? Our Jason Stujenki looked at the numbers and found that alcohol sales are up dramatically. So he set out to find out why.
Any alcohol?
Yes, actually, 2 bottles of wine and beer.
It's like a big inside joke right now with a lot of people on the inside. Any wine or anything?
No wine today.
Not this time.
That's already stocked up.
Wine's been pretty popular the last 6 weeks, huh?
That's right.
Many smile and tell me they're doing their part to help the economy. Graham Worth co-owns Common Market.
Yeah, so our alcohol sales are up a little over 25% year over year.
I asked Mecklenburg County's ABC board for its April numbers as well. It told me sales to restaurants and bars were down more than $5 million compared to last April, but sales to regular people up $1.2 million. I came across several reasons for the uptick in drinking. The obvious ones: stress, depression, and even boredom. The not so obvious ones: people are working from home more, people aren't spending money and time on other forms of entertainment like sporting events, movie theaters, and travel, and many are just trying to spice up their home life, bring the restaurant to them.
Whereas they would maybe spend $100 a week at a restaurant on alcohol, those funds have now been diverted to something that they would consume at home.
While everyone I spoke with seemed to have a healthy attitude about drinking more, I don't want to overlook all of the people who may be struggling with alcohol right now. Unfortunately, experts predict a spike in those numbers too. I read at least 4 studies which looked at drinking during the Great Recession. Simply put, they all support what you probably guessed. People drank more. A substance abuse counselor messaged me on Facebook saying she's already seen more hospital detox stays.
People may start off saying,
Patrick Collins is also a substance abuse counselor. He works for Presbyterian Psychological Services.
Right after any adjustment, even if it's a healthy adjustment, getting married, having a kid, can be really stressful. So this is a really tough adjustment for a lot of people who have lost their jobs, who are trying to maintain home life, their work life if they're still working, take care of kids, teach kids.
Then last week, many of the same groups sent the Trump administration this letter, making similar points. What caught my attention? They even mentioned South Carolina by name, saying 80% of mental health providers in that state probably don't have the money to stay open past July.
A kind of a good measure of whether your drinking is kind of in the healthy range is, for men it's 2 drinks a day, so 14 a week, and that a drink is considered like a 12-ounce beer of like 5% alcohol, 1 5-ounce glass of wine, or an ounce and a half of 80 proof liquor. So 2 of those for men a day, or 14 a week. 1 of those for women a day, or 7 a week is considered moderate drinking.
And Collins told me something that may sound obvious, but is very important. Instead of saying, stop drinking so much, why are you drinking this much, go ahead and ask them how they're doing, what's wrong, what's on their mind.
So let's go deeper into this topic. That increase in drinking might be a factor in the spike in domestic violence calls. Charlotte-Mecklenburg police say that they are up 20%. And today, Mecklenburg County District Court Judge Rex Marvel told me what he has noticed in the courtroom.
But if you just look at what's occurring, I mean, people are at home more frequently. People are stressed out about their work, stressed out at being stuck at home. And that's a natural, unfortunate line of what's resulting with is the domestic violence. And I just want to preface and say, like, I come from a household where I was growing up as a child, and we did have substance abuse as an issue. And I acknowledge that it's a disease. However, we also need to acknowledge that it's a problem right now in our courts.
Tell me more details about what you're seeing, of course not revealing any specifics of cases, but how you are seeing that it appears alcohol is having an effect on our families and community.
We do see that with claims of domestic violence as well as claims of emergency custody, that it's a common theme, if not a more common theme now, that alcoholism or drug abuse is a concern of the other party.
Now, Judge Marvel wants to remind people that the courts are still open. DV and emergency child custody cases being heard every day. Clerks are still accepting filings and magistrates are open 24 hours. And if you or someone you know is struggling with substance abuse, there is help out there. We posted a list of resources on our WSOC News app.